Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are tackling, I think, the single biggest topic for anyone in sales right now. The one that's causing all the anxiety and all the opportunity.
Artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence. We're not here to debate, if it's coming. It's here. We're here to define how you, the modern seller, can stop competing with it and really start using it to multiply your impact.
It's such a crucial conversation to have.
Yeah.
Because the anxiety is, well, it's real. I mean, SDRs, account managers, sales reps, they're all sort of caught in this middle ground.
Right.
They're either drowning in admin tasks or feeling this immense pressure to suddenly become like a prompt engineering expert overnight.
Exactly. And our mission today is to just cut right through that noise.
Yeah.
We're diving into a proven framework, one that top sales pros, the people who are already absolutely crushing their quotas with this tech are using. We're pulling it straight from the playbook they call the AI Edge.
And we know what you're thinking because the research on this is so clear. There are basically three big fears that every seller has right now.
Yeah. Okay, what are they?
First one is AI going to make me irrelevant? The second is, how do I use this without, sounding like a robot?
Oh, that's a huge one.
It is. And the third, maybe the most important, is, okay, if everyone has these tools, how do I possibly stand out?
That last point is everything, isn't it? Because if every single one of your competitors can instantly generate a perfectly researched email, then speed isn't the advantage anymore. Well, here's the core truth we really want to land right at the top of this deep dive. AI does not replace great sellers.
No.
It makes them more important.
That's the mindset shift. That is the thing that will define success in this new era. The goal isn't to compete with AI on its terms, like processing speed.
You'll never win that.
You'll never win. The goal is to become irreplaceable with it.
Yeah.
You use the machine for the velocity and the volume so you can focus 100% of your energy on the stuff the machine just can't touch.
And that's the human advantage. AI gives you scale, sure, but you, the seller, you provide the meaning, the context, the trust.
Right. At the end of the day, deals are won by human intelligence, emotional intelligence, connection, and judgment. Those are the things, those 5 qualities, they're basically the moat around your career. AI can draft and research, but only you bring that ethical weight, that empathetic response that a buyer actually needs to feel confident.
Okay, so let's unpack this progression. The whole AI Edge framework, it really emphasizes that this is not like flipping a switch. It's a path.
It's a clear path. They call it the 3 A's framework. Adopt, adapt, and adapt.
Adopt, adapt, adapt.
And that structure is so essential for anyone who's just feeling overwhelmed and has no idea where to even start. It really warns against, trying to throw AI at everything all at once.
So you need a gradual approach. Let's start at the very beginning then. Adopt. What does that actually look like? Is it just downloading a bunch of apps?
Hey, no. Adopt means starting small but being strategic about it.
Yeah.
It's about finding those high-impact, low-friction entry points.
Like what?
So for an SDR, that might be using a tool to automatically summarize your discovery calls, or using AI to generate, say, 5 different subject lines for a new outreach sequence. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start.
But, and this is where I get a little skeptical, doesn't that just lead to tool fatigue? Our tech stacks are already massive. If I just adopt every shiny new AI feature, I'm going to spend all my time learning software instead of actually selling.
That is a completely valid concern, and it's exactly why adopt has to be followed very quickly by the second A. Adapt.
Adapt.
This is where you filter out the noise. If you're just using generic prompts on generic tools, guess what? You get generic results. The adapt stage is all about personalization.
So adapt means I'm customizing the AI to how I sell, not the other way around. Give me an example of that.
Okay, think about your company's unique voice, or maybe your own personal cadence in an email. In the adapt phase, you are teaching the AI through, better prompting or custom instructions to mimic your successful style.
So you're training it.
You're training it on your old winning proposals, on successful meeting summaries. You are literally bending the AI to your process. That is what turns a generic tool into a real competitive advantage.
I see. So if my competition is just using ChatGPT with default settings, and I've trained my AI on, say, 10 years of my company's best, highest converting language.
You're already miles ahead. And once you master that, you hit the third stage, adept.
Adept, the promised land.
It is. This is where AI becomes your co-pilot, your second brain.
Yeah.
The tool integration just feels natural. The AI starts predicting what you need. It's drafting responses while you're still thinking. It speeds everything up.
So at the Adept stage, it's not a tool you use anymore. It's an extension of your own capability. It expands you. It doesn't replace you.
Precisely. It becomes a true force multiplier.
So now that we have the stages, adopt, adapt, adept, let's talk about the partnership. When you are Adept, you understand AI has one primary job.
Absolutely. Its core job is to remove administrative drag. All that busy work. The research is so clear on this. AI is here to take away the low-value, repetitive tasks.
So you spend more time
on high-value human interactions. If you're spending time on something repetitive, you should be asking yourself, why isn't AI doing this for me?
Okay, let's list some of those out. The low-value tasks AI should own.
Think about everything that pulls you away from a customer. CRM updates, for one.
Oh, yes.
Drafting first-pass emails, detailed note-taking, summarizing meetings, basic competitive research, forecasting, scheduling, all of it. That's hundreds of hours a year just handed back to you.
That is significant. Now, contrast that time gain with the high-value stuff. The tasks a human has to own. The things that actually close deals.
The human owns the moments of influence, of connection, of trust. That means deep listening. Diagnosing those complex, hidden problems inside an organization.
Coaching them through the politics.
Coaching buyers through political obstacles, navigating emotion, reducing uncertainty, and just projecting confidence and clarity. AI can give you data to help with those things, but it can't do them.
Which brings us to this idea of an AI or me decision tree. Let's use some real examples. I'm preparing pre-call research for a huge prospect. Is that AI or me?
That's both. And the distinction is critical. AI assists. It pulls the initial data, summarizes the reports, finds the news mentions. That's the speed.
But
the human refines it. You decide what's actually relevant based on your context. You form a hypothesis about what really motivates that buyer. That's the judgment.
Okay, what about drafting a really complex, multi-million-dollar business case?
Also both. Let AI generate the robust first draft. Get all the data points in there, make the formatting perfect. But the human, you have to ensure the narrative is right. You insert the personalized risk mitigation. You check for that internal political context that AI will always miss.
And then there's the purely human stuff, running the actual discovery call.
Human only.
Identifying the emotional blockers that kill a deal.
Human only. Delivering bad news. Negotiating price. Building that long-term trust. All human. These moments demand empathy, intuition, and ethical judgment. And, this is exactly why the source material says that for these long-cycle, high-stakes decisions, the salesperson is actually becoming more important than ever before.
That makes perfect sense. When the stakes are high, buyers don't get confidence from data alone. They need a human guide. They need your confidence, your clarity to feel safe enough to make that big decision. Okay, so part 2 was mastering the partnership. Part 3 has to be about maintaining control, because there's a huge, huge difference between being AI-enhanced and becoming AI-dependent.
It's the difference between using AI as a supercalculator versus just outsourcing your brain.
Right.
AI should make you faster, sharper, but you have to be the final decision maker, always. If you are just copy and pasting without understanding why the AI said what it said, you're becoming dangerously dependent.
Why is that so dangerous, though? If the AI is trained on good data, what's the risk in trusting the output?
The risk is a loss of ownership, which leads to a loss of trust. AI output can be, confidently wrong. It hallucinates. It lacks a moral compass. It has no idea about the emotional nuance of your current deal.
So if you just copy-paste a proposal and it misses some critical political dynamic, or it has a tiny factual error,
you haven't just made a little mistake. You've broken the buyer's trust in you.
You lose your edge because you lost your ownership. Top performers earn trust because they take ownership of their decisions, their judgment, their ethics, their intuition, not because they followed an algorithm.
Exactly. AI is for speed and clarity. The human is for meaning and truth. You have to build in that verification layer. Treat every AI output as a rough draft that needs your review before a prospect ever sees it.
And this whole dependency issue, it really comes down to mindset, doesn't it? The research frames mindset as the real superpower.
It absolutely does. AI rewards the learners and it punishes the avoiders. Your relevance just disappears the second you resist the technology.
Yeah.
But your skill grows exponentially the moment you approach it with curiosity.
So the reps who are getting ahead are the ones who are just. They're staying curious, they're treating AI like a partner, they're adapting as the tech evolves.
While the reps falling behind are the ones who freeze up or assume AI is a fad, or worse. They actively try to compete with it by doing manual tasks that AI could do in, 2 seconds. It's an attitude problem, not a capability problem.
Let's use that comparison from the sources to wrap this up. Imagine two reps, Rep A and Rep B, responding to the same RFP.
Okay. Rep A competes with AI. They write it all manually, they're rushing, they make data errors, and they submit a pretty generic proposal right at the deadline. They're stressed, and they're trying to prove they're better than a machine.
So they're fast but generic. Now Rep B partners with AI.
Right. Rep B uses AI to draft the technical parts, summarize the data, format the whole document. But, and this is the crucial part, Rep B uses all the time they just saved, maybe 5 or 6 hours.
To focus on better discovery questions. To add strategic insights that no machine could ever come up with.
Rep B is irreplaceable. They are fast, sharp, and deeply human. They combined AI speed with their own judgment and empathy. They didn't just deliver an answer, they delivered true consultative insight.
That brings us to the end of this deep dive. If we just zoom out for a second, the fundamental goal for you as a seller, it's not to beat AI at its own game.
No, the goal is to use AI to amplify the things that already make you irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Your voice, your judgment, your clarity, and your ability to build trust when the pressure's on.
And I think the most actionable takeaway is what you do with the hours that AI gives back to you. The great sellers are investing that reclaimed time back into the high-value human moments.
The complex problem solving, the creativity, the deep conversations that actually solidify the deal.
Right.
And maybe to leave you with a final thought, based on all this, AI is amazing, but it absolutely cannot multiply intuition or ethics or your ability to read the political dynamics in a really complex account. Yeah. So if AI has already amplified your research and your prep this week, what happens when you decide to spend 100% of your new free time focusing on refining that one deep human skill? Your emotional sensitivity, your ability to navigate those unspoken politics, that's the skill that separates the untouchable Adept sellers from everyone else.